Hello, Zak Dorans here. I'm going to be interviewing a good friend of mine, George Zapoll. First question, George, tell me what your first semester has been like in college so far.
Well, my first semester of college has definitely been different. Living on your own has its pros and cons. Being able to do whatever you want without anyone being there to tell you what to do is definitely a change from being constantly observed by your parents. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright, second question. What advice would you give incoming freshmen based on your experience this semester?
My advice for incoming freshmen, well, based on my experiences, um, first of all, don't fall behind your work. Once you start falling behind, it's really hard to get out of that rut, especially if you're 1 or 2 weeks behind. Another important piece of advice would be to manage your time. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people stressed out or on the verge of dropping out because they didn't manage their time correctly. One last bit of advice would be to make sure you focus on school and study before every test. Teachers don't give a lot of tests, so you gotta make sure you gotta do all of them. Another bit of advice would be to manage your money wisely. It's too easy to start spending all your money away when there's no one watching what you're doing with it.
Alright, George, one final question. What are some things that you are going to be looking forward to next semester?
One thing I'm definitely looking forward to is having classes that are for my major. Seeing all my friends I made this year is something else that I'm looking forward to next year. And I'm definitely not going to be looking forward to all the work and projects next semester.
Right now, I will be interviewing Zak Dorans about his first semester in college. So, Zak, how's your first semester in college been so far?
Hello, George. My first semester has definitely been different from what I'm used to. Been a lot more all-nighters than I would normally do. There's a lot more essays, a lot more work. It's definitely been hard, the transition from high school to college, because in high school, I'll be honest, I didn't really do a lot of work. In college, if you don't do the work, you will definitely be behind on everything.
Well, based on your experiences, what advice would you give to incoming freshmen?
Where should I start with the advice? There's tons of advice that I can give out. My main advice would be don't spend all of your money too quickly. I know books are expensive, but that's not even what most college kids spend most of their money on. It's mostly food and, if the occasional partiers. Can't be partying too much in college. Also, make sure you hit the books. If you do start falling behind, you will probably be way too behind on a class. You'll probably drop out or something. Another bit of advice would be to really make sure you manage your time wisely, because if you start, wasting too much time on one thing, then you're not going to have enough time to study, and that's going to, the only reason why you're in college is to get good grades and, get a degree. You can't do that by partying all the time. Sorry.
I have a question. What are you looking forward to next semester?
What am I going to be looking forward to next semester? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm definitely not going to be looking forward to the work. But there are going to be some things I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to, seeing my friends, hanging out with them, having a good time like we always do. I'll be looking forward to getting essays done on some late nights, staying up all night, hitting the books, reading all night, stuff like that. Meeting new people is one thing I always enjoy. It's really fun to do, especially at college. Everyone's just looking to have fun. No one's trying to put you down or anything. We hope this video has helped answer any questions that some people have had. Any last words?
No comment.
You stay classy, San Diego.